To add a title to your slide, you go up to the top menu and select Title. You need to think of between your three options: still, roll, or crawl. A still would just sit on your screen. A roll would roll up the screen or roll down the screen depending on the selection. A crawl would crawl across the screen depending on your direction again. So those are your options. Once you've selected the type, you then select that actual menu. It defaults to being the same size as your screen, so you don't need to change your width or heights or anything. Intro fact 1. You can call it something that's easy to remember, and it will be added to your project here. So I could actually close this panel, and it doesn't lose the actual memory here of that box. I can reopen it, and we'll reopen. The image behind the text represents wherever your time indicator is. The reason for that is to help you frame that it's easier to write text here than up here because it's busy and I'd be writing over their faces. Whereas on this screen, it would be busy to write in that same location and I need to move the text up. So it's up to you to see kind of where your text should go. It doesn't add it to that moment. Testing robots. Sorry, this is what the picture's of. So when you create your text, you have the option to change the style of text. Please make it something easy to read. You don't want to do something too fancy or it'll be harder to read. Let's do 60. So make something easy, legible, that your audience can easily identify and read. Same with the color. If you change the color, just be mindful that some fonts are harder to read than other fonts. When you're happy and I close this, you'll notice that there's nothing on my video still. To add it to my video, I have to drag it. And I want to make sure it goes above the image. If it goes below the image, for example like this, you can't see it. So you have to make sure that your image or video is behind in the layers, lower in the layers. You're more than welcome to animate the placement of the slide either in your box here, you can actually move, or you have the option to animate with your effects control and actually change the placement of the whole slide. So you can kind of move around again. So you have two options for actually framing your robot, your text for the testing robots. You can have the facts go as long or as short as you like. And what's great is that the transitions we used for the video before can still work on these clips here. So I could do a dissolve and it dissolves it out. And I could use that same dissolve to dissolve it in. So it applies just like it would on a video clip. So that's how you add.